Hello, my name is Christine and I run a vintage shop called Prima Treasures on Etsy. Today I wanted to talk about a category of products that we in the vintage business call medical quackery. And I have here a device that was sold in the 1950s and partially in the 1960s. And it's basically a hand massage unit, but unfortunately for this company in question, they made some health claims in association with their product, which got the FDA on their case, and in 1963 they were penalized for the claims that they were making. So, what we're looking at here is a pretty basic massage unit. It's got a couple of attachments. You can see here you've got a plain suction cup, and it also came with this little nubby, I guess, suction cup. I don't know. It's got a control box where you can set the speed or intensity of the vibration. It doesn't actually say which. The box has a bunch of nifty little patent numbers on it to make it sound like, all medical and official. But essentially, since a massaging product isn't necessarily quackery in and of itself, but a lot of times the products themselves were advertising health benefits that didn't really exist, it still kind of falls within that quackery realm because they were, attempting to get sales from people who were looking for relief of some sort. So the interesting thing about products like this is that a lot of times they have a pretty oddball history, and this company seems to have continued making products after they were penalized by the FDA. But presumably the main issue was removing from their marketing the health benefit language, let's say. But, there's a lot of kind of weird gizmos and gadgets on the market in terms of older vintage items that make claims as to what they can be used for or what they will help you with in terms of health problems. So people usually have an interest in these types of things because of their odd history, not necessarily their complete lack of use for the general public. And as I said, you can see here that for some reason they kind of dress this up to make it look a little bit more upscale, although I learned fiddling around with that this is just like some kind of plasticky strip that they taped onto it. That serves no real purpose other than, I guess, to make the massager look a little bit more visually interesting. But you can get a little taste from their box of, they're using all of these jargony kind of terms: cycloid action, cyclo-massage transmission. What does that mean? I don't even know. But medical quackery can be popular with different groups of people just because it kind of shows the history of the medical field, and in a lot of cases it shows kind of the unpaved roads that they went down, and the, let's say, misguided roads that they went down in terms of attempting to, give people meaningful products on the home market that they could use to relieve their aches and pains. So it's a legitimate quest, but at the same time, lots of shady people got involved, and that sort of thing is still true today. But whenever we have one of these old medical devices in our store, they usually sell pretty quickly because there are people out there who have an interest in it and like to collect it for different reasons. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to feature this because it's not a well-known area of vintage collecting, and when you see something along these lines, just to kind of heads up that there are people out there who find stuff like this interesting. If you have any kind of, doctor, nurse, or medical, personnel in your family, this is this sort of thing that you could at least run by them and say, hey, is this something of interest to you? So before you just throw stuff out, which I know a lot of people are prone to do when they don't know what something is or don't really think it's of interest to them personally, it doesn't hurt to take a photo and just kind of pass it around a little bit and see if you know anyone who's interested in it. Anyway. anyway, I hope you learned something interesting today, and I appreciate you watching. Thank you.